Hey, what up, though? How y'all feeling? Everybody good? It's your man, your friend, and family member, Brandon Lee. Here is 901, and that means it's time for Intel on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. Once again, everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. Once again, everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. So, y'all, let's get to it. So, the episode picks up right after Kiki threw the drink at Tisha. So, we see a conversation with, Kimmy, Tisha, Marsau. Basically, Tisha saying that Kiki's a liar, everything else that we've heard before, yada, yada, yada. And that, Melody checks in on Keisha and not Keisha, but Tisha and Marsau. So it's basically the aftermath of everything. Martell says that guys just stay cool. They don't really get into that. But then there was an argument between Marsau and Martell as a throwback, right? So you have that. Um, you know, Melody says, I'm sorry it happened at your home, Maurice. That's why I keep folks away from mine. I'm like, you know what, Melody? I cannot with you. Not you telling off the truth and then walking away joyful with it. I'm not mad at you though. I mean, sometimes you do have to keep people away from your space because your space equals your peace. You understand? So, Kiki and Melody talk about how was there anything that anybody did to you before the drinks room? And that was not the right way to go. And Kiki said this has been years and years of buildup. And Armin said that, I've been telling Kiki not to deal with those people in her family. So then, Kimmy said that, you don't defend wrong. Guess what, Kimmy? I know you probably don't have no hood in you, but some things just have to be done. I know you never have executed anything that emotionally trying before. And like I said, everybody is glad and proud and happy that you made it through cancer, but no. Because you said that you wouldn't even be friends with Tisha in real life. So I don't even know why you're commenting. If anything, you should be happy. But that's neither here nor there. So then Tiffany comes through with Ace, and then Jalen rolls up in the Jeep Rubicon, and Kimmy's like, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. And I will say it was a very good moment to see somebody happy on this show because, Lord, the humanity that goes on this show is few and far in between. Few and far in between. So, Maurice suggested a barbecue, as Kimmy said in her confessional with Maurice, because he doesn't have to do all the cleanup. Guess what? When you do a barbecue, you still gotta do cleanup. So, but anyway, but I'm thinking she probably thinks that because people take to-go plates and trays home and all that type of stuff. So then, Kimmy drives off with her other friend that also has a Jeep. So she literally drives off, but before that, Melody said, we're going to go down to Miami. And Melody, did a little something, did a little twerk and said, at bad. So I really liked that scene. It was just pure happiness, for sure. So, when it came to the conversation at the table, Melody said that Tisha rolls with the rumors about Marsau, but don't be upset, we don't believe. So then Crime Stoppers get brought up once again, and Courtney, who is Tisha's cousin, is at the barbecue, and so Courtney was like, well, Kiki said that you did the most, and Marshall said, yeah, I called, I talked about Kiki being a dopehead. And then Marshall said, don't be mad at me, be mad at the drugs. Now, here's the thing, right? If Melody said, don't be mad at me, be mad at you in a lawsuit, you would be feeling some type of way. So just stop the cap. Marsau. Just stop the cap. And then Tisha saying that, why do I need to check Marsau? Armin needs to check Kiki. No, because your man, or your itch, as Stormi articulately says, and accurately says, because that's what he is, Tisha, that he pokes and prods and pushes, and he thinks that nobody's going to get back at him. Sorry, not sorry. So, guess what? If you don't want people to respond to you as a itch, then don't be a itch. Because at this point, you're an itch by association, Tisha. Everything's alleged in my opinion for intent purposes only. So, listen. So, Tisha says that she really likes Armin. In the words of Candy Birds, hashtag the lies. And that Stormi pointed out, like I've said just now, that Marsau likes to poke. And so, the whole comment is talked about how women need to respect men and don't call a man an itch because you're activating him. Well, guess what? Y'all have a person that's a very special case. So that conversation does not matter. And so Kimmy asked, does Kiki need help? Because, maybe she was nervous to be here. Maybe they're, the sweats. And then Marsau said the makeup didn't give it away once again. Once again, you are asking for your behind to be beat. And even, Marsau's, even Marsau said when it came to Courtney that maybe I'm willing to get beat up, maybe I'm not. And it's just like, dude, honestly, let's just get a table. Let's just get some BDSM straps and just let Armin do what he needs to do. Let Courtney do what he needs to do. Because you've been asking for it for a long time. And you've been getting away with stuff for way too long. So no, you any other brother would have handled your behind. And not every brother fights with hands anymore. And I think Marsau and Tisha are going to meet their match and they're not going to be able to make it out the match. I stand 10 toes down on that. So, then Marsau or Narsau, that's what I'm going to call him from now on, Narsau, because he is a narcissist. Narsau says, how many of you have picked her up at 2 a.m. multiple times? Talked to her for 4 to 5 hours when your mom, your cousin, your husband wasn't there for you. Okay. Wow. Congratulations for giving a damn about somebody else besides you. Wow. I am crying over here. What type of cookies would you like? Would you like chocolate chip? Would you like white macadamia? Would you like snickerdoodle? Would you like sugar? How many cookies do you want? Do you want some lemon cookies? What type of cookies do you want for you doing what you're supposed to do and giving a care? That's just like the last episode that you said you were doing a favor for Tisha. You were doing a favor for Tisha of supporting her, even though she is your wife, and that's what you're supposed to do, for richer, for poor, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. Okay. Stormi said that people can just react. They don't have to be on drugs or anything. And then Marsau said, stop. Because, Stormi said she's clean. So then Marsau said, stop. And asked her, has she seen anyone on drugs? And Stormi was very vulnerable in this and said that she had a best friend who watched her son that lived with her. And so then Marsau asked, well, why is your best friend not there with you anymore? And you know what's so crazy to me, Tisha? You say you don't bother anybody. You're not mean. You don't try to get back at people. You sat there and allowed a black woman to go to a mental place, and you didn't check your husband that he did the most with that. And you wonder why Stormi called your man an itch. So guess what? The next time Stormi sees you and she calls you an itch, you better just take it. You better just, how shall I use Maurice's words? Sit there, lay there, roll over, and take it. Because I would never, ever have somebody in my face being that mean, and I don't say nothing about it, and they don't get reprimanded. That's why people are telling you to handle Narsau. You cause ish, and he's a narc. 1 + 1 = 2. And y'all in a hell that good guy. Y'all need to keep us away from y'all because we don't want to be burned by your hatefulness. So, oh Lord. So Tisha's upset about Kiki lying and that, they've had a strained relationship for 10 years. And Courtney, and Courtney, the cousin, who was at the barbecue, and her family have asked Tisha to have a relationship with Kiki. Listen, in order for it to be strained, it has to be strained on both sides. You add some hurt. See, that's your problem, Tisha. You want to throw your rock and then hide your hand. No, both of y'all deserve to get it. So, and listen, I said on a panel that I hope that, the producers will allow it to happen. And somebody said, well, they'll get to. Well, guess what? Melody Cherie has been signed on for a contract, but nobody else has been signed on for a contract. I think season 7 is going to be the final season. Let what needs to happen, happen. There's been too much wrong going on, and stuff needs to be righted. So that's what I have to say on this, y'all. I cannot. So, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. One love, much love, all love. Bye, yeah, 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 yeah. Bye, yeah, 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 yeah. Bye, everybody. I can't do this. And I'll say this before I go, really go. I cannot stand that myself being born in 1994, being in a village, and other black kids, men, women, individuals, have to have more standards for doing the right thing than people on TV acting this much of a fool, being this vindictive. Emphasis on the dick in vindictive. And somehow, they still get a check. Because if it was any one of us out here, it would be game over. And I think people are tired of that. So, with that being said, now I gotta go. Bye. Bye. Bye, everybody.